The fortress of Svengard. My goal. For too long, the true warriors among the Vikings had been held back by the chains of social bonds, of kin, of law. Now we would knock down their gate and return their world to its rightful order.
I had questions. Master, why this fortress? It looks like it's just a storehouse.
It is. And that's why we're here. These barbarians. They seem like they're good people. They embrace each other like they were all kin. But that is all a lie. When night falls, they stab each other with their knives. If there are wolves among them, should we not set them free?
Now I had new questions. Ones that were much harder to answer.
Catapults! Keep the ram moving!
Being skeptic was a death sentence. But doubt is a part of integrity.
Have a harder time.
Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play For Honor. This is episode 7. This is the final level, level 1.6, chapter 6 of the Night Campaign. We are here in the last refuge of the Vikings. We've got a giant ram. We're planning to bust things down. Apollyon has told us that the place is full of backstabbing, conniving people. They need to be rooted out.
And hope.
And we're here to destroy their grain. As you can probably guess, we're kind of the bad guys. Not kind of, we're totally the bad guys. This will become more apparent as the episode goes on. But the Blackstone Legion is pretty evil. Apollyon herself, not a very good person, as you've probably picked up on by now. She cares mainly about finding the wolves among the sheep. I'm sorry, I had to. But quite literally, well, not literally, figuratively, she wants to find the people who are wolves, who are fighters, who will go on to fight in war, will fight each other, will kill and prey upon the sheep. She wants to see powerful people, those who are strong, rise over the weak.
Who needs me?
If I had to compare her to somebody, she's a little bit like Big Boss mixed with Senator Armstrong. But for now, we're going to be protecting this ram. The Warden is already second-guessing Apollyon by this point. But this level is sure to really show off just how evil they are. There I was messing around with taunts as well. You can press triangle to taunt. Well, you have 4 taunts in total, 2 when you're unlocked, 2 when you're locked. There's really not a whole lot to say about this part. It's a pretty boring part to the otherwise good level. There's a lot of challenge in it. But escorting a ram is just pretty boring. I'm not even sure why they have the warning of the catapults hitting around you either. For some reason the enemy can't hit your own ram with the catapults. They can hit everything around it but not the ram itself. This also harkens a bit back to the origin of this Warden and the first mission of the Night Campaign with the giant ram breaking down what was his name? Daubeny. Daubeny's castle door. Well, fort door. Also, no idea what happens to Daubeny. He's just gone from the story now. I'd assume at some point the Blackstone Legion would kill him, but it's never addressed. Sorry, well, in last episode there were puppy sounds. We're not going to be hearing any puppy sounds today. I know someone was a little bit happy about hearing the puppies. Almost at this damn gate. I really wish this level had sped up this part by quite a bit, or in fact, ignored this part and just skipped to the ram is at the gate. It's also going to get a little bit frustrating here because of the enemies are pouring out, and every second they're standing on the point of the ram, the capture point of the ram, it stops. So enemies are spawning basically on top of the capture point, and you have to kill them as fast as possible while constantly moving the ram. You also get barraged with this of protect the ram, protect the ram. Sometimes the colors of the Blackstone Legion are a little bit confusing to me. Sometimes they mix green in, and I don't really know why or what it designates. Because of, you see the soldiers are clearly black, gray, and yellow. We're black, gray, and yellow, or gold. But some of them just have green on their armor, and I have no idea why. This is the part where it gets frustrating. All of these little minions spawning, getting up and gumming the works. Oh yeah, a little thing to talk about. In this game, you will see people sheathing their weapons without any sheath or scabbard, as they're called. It's a thing that actually kind of annoys me in this game because of... I'm like that, I'm too nitpicky. I'm sure most people don't care. But it kind of bugs me that you sheath your weapon in nothing. It just floats there. They also sometimes do the thing of putting your sword on your back, which drawing a sword from your back, well, these types of swords, is physically impossible.
We knew
because you just don't have the reach for it.
within a day, Viking ships would fill the harbor and their army would destroy us. But I intended to be long gone before that could happen.
Another frustrating aspect is just the archers, because there's not really anything you can do about them up there. They're just going to be hitting you the whole time. It does really stink that this level starts off with this slow ramp bit, because everything after is pretty awesome. They really should move that spawner a bit further back. I don't mean to harp on it, but boy, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? I considered speeding this up, which maybe in hindsight I should put up a version where it is sped up.
We needed to protect and operate the ram until we broke through.
Driving them back!
Gudmundr. This fort's legendary.
This is where the level picks up. We're starting off a battle against Gudmundr. As was mentioned, he's a legendary Jarl, a sort of folk hero for the Vikings. He is the boss battle and final boss for the Night campaign. This is the first battle against him. He's pretty deadly. The Warlord in general has a lot of swift strikes from the sides. He was parrying a lot of strong attacks. You have to be careful because of overhand attacks. He seems pretty good at parrying, like so. But what I did was, you get an ability that makes your attacks unblockable in the story campaign. I used that and then switched to light attacks mainly.
On your feet.
So Gudmundr has gotten away for now. We're going to be chasing him through this whole
That
level.
spelled doom for the Vikings. Wasn't that why we came in the first place? It was hardly my first time sacking a fortress. Why did it bother me?
You hear more of the Warden second-guessing themselves.
With a far smaller round. But that would have taken time. Time that
A lot of this you can actually skip. You can just run through. You'll find that in a lot of levels you can, just if you want to run through and get to the main points of it. Damn miss. And we're about to get into phase 2 of fighting Gudmundr.
There's no garrison here.
Prepare to die!
Warning right now for animal cruelty. We will be killing these wolves to defend ourselves, sadly. The poor big puppies. They're very easy to deal with. You just have to guard whichever way they're coming from. It's easy to take them out. On normal, they go down in one hit. The real threat, of course, is Gudmundr, who isn't too different during this phase.
Give up. Your people do not need to suffer.
The main difference is just the wolves. Gudmundr's people are willing to die for him. As was mentioned earlier, he is a legendary figure among the Vikings.
Me that day. This is my duty.
We're following him for a final duel up here. The Vikings have clearly lost.
Side.
The final battle with Gudmundr, he becomes a bit more aggressive, which if you thought he was aggressive before, well, now you'll see even further so. I kind of make a bit of short work of him, though, after getting a few bumps myself. And there he is using the revenge. You rarely see enemies use revenge in the story campaign. Gudmundr also has special moves that warlords normally don't have, since he's a boss fight. But unblockables make short work of him.
You fought well.
To hell with you!
Mercy. Why are we here? I think you know. Famine. This place houses their seed grain. There will be no new harvest. By winter, they will be killing each other over what little food is left. I took an oath to fight for peace. So did you. All of you.
Hey. This food. Why are we not burning it all?
What do you imagine the clans would do if we burned it all?
They'd starve. Die.
They would unite. But leave them scraps. Just enough for 2, maybe 3 clans. They will fight each other over what remains. The wolves among them will rise. We're not here to kill them. We are here to teach them who they are. To set them free. Time to go home.
that was the night campaign. As we saw, Apollyon is quite evil. The Warden has completely given up on what they were doing, regrets it. We'll be seeing more of the Warden later, but now we're going to be going into the Viking campaign, where we play as a raider, a member of the Warborn, who is seeking to collect together all of their people and rise up as Vikings. See you next time